this wasn't just about getting a level of service framework in place and piloting it for a couple of assets that were really good. It was about creating a culture that saw value in it. In 09 to 12, we put the asset management roadmap together. We got the governance together. We got the department put in. We established in 2013 our first asset management plan. The federal government started to open up funding for asset management in Canada. And so one of the projects that we were involved in was under the Leadership and Asset Management Program undertaken by FCM. And it really helped us work with, I believe it was about 12 other municipalities across Canada to say, here is what would be in a good asset management policy and a good governance structure or a framework. And here's how you would approach level of service. And we ran with those things to put our policy in place shortly thereafter. In 2015, we really started to get some momentum on data improvement and modeling out our data to better understand what different investments would mean over a 20-year life cycle, particularly focused on our road network. And that was our first aha moment, that we were able to actually articulate what our shortfall in funding was and what the potential overall result of our road network would be, in that we would be slipping to have an even greater percentage of it in the very poor category than what we had been experiencing for several years if we didn't make those additional investments. We worked with our public works folks on helping them get all of their sewer network to an objective condition rating, and actually automating the whole thing so that now engineering and public works from their desk can view not only the resulting reports, they can view the videos associated with it, as well as the overall condition data that we were leveraging. And then at the end of the day, provincial requirements in Ontario came out, Ontario Regulation 588.17. It set forward some mandated requirements for municipalities to have a policy, to have their first asset management plan for their core assets, to know whether or not the funding they had at least sustained them where they were. And there's two more requirements that are coming now in 24 and 25 that are being worked towards, but we were able to meet those regulations without fail. They did help us ultimately in helping council understand the importance around this. A lot of grant funding that started to come out around that 2016, 2017 timeframe as well directly spoke to the fact that you had to have an asset management plan. And one went so far as to say, if we give you this money for this particular asset, you need to confirm for us that you have an asset management policy in place, that you're going to maintain and sustain it over the life of the asset, and not basically come back and say that you don't have enough money to keep it in service and good working order. Windsor today still holds the principles of asset management and its importance to their community. And that is why I think Windsor's prepared for everything that's going to come at them in the future.